There is a moment in every life when something quietly shifts. It might happen as the sun rises through your window, or in the silence between thoughts, when you suddenly realize, I cannot keep living this way. Not with this constant heaviness, this endless repeating of the same mornings, the same thoughts, the same quiet ache that says, maybe nothing will ever change. And yet here you are, drawn to these words, not by accident, but because a deeper part of you knows this truth. Change does not begin in the world, it begins in the mind. For 7 days, I will ask you to say something very simple, but do not mistake its simplicity for weakness. It is the key that has opened thousands of locked hearts. When you say it as if your own life depends on it, because in a way, it does. These words carry the seed of a new life. Think of this morning as the border between who you have been and who you are about to become. On one side, the years of trying, of struggling to be enough, of looking in the mirror and seeing only what you wish you could change. On the other, the beginning of ease, the beginning of self-approval, the beginning of peace that doesn't depend on anyone else's permission. If you've been living in survival mode, getting up, doing what you must, moving through each day with a quiet fatigue, I want you to hear me clearly. You were never meant to live just to get by. You were meant to rise each morning knowing that life itself is on your side, that every sunrise is a conversation with the universe saying, what shall we create today? The old way, the one that keeps you small, whispers that healing takes years, that change is hard, that peace must be earned through struggle. But that is not true. It has never been true. Your new life begins the instant you decide to believe a new thought. For some of you, the voice of doubt will answer back. It will say, I've tried before. I've repeated affirmations. Nothing changes. I know that voice well. It is not your enemy. It is the frightened part of you that has grown used to pain. But for 7 days, I want you to do something radical. I want you to speak not to your fear, but to your future. Imagine the woman you could become if you stopped doubting your worth for just 1 week. What would happen if you looked in the mirror each morning and said, I am willing to release the past. I am ready to love myself. Life loves me and I am safe. Would your shoulders soften? Would your breath deepen? Would the world begin to feel a little less hostile and a little more kind? This is not wishful thinking, this is reprogramming. Every time you speak words of love to yourself, your body listens, your cells respond, your mind begins to rewrite the story it has told for years. You are not too old, too late, or too broken. You are simply ready. Think of the next 7 mornings as sacred appointments, moments when you meet your new self. Each time you repeat the words, you dissolve another layer of the old story, the one that told you healing is for others, that peace belongs only to the lucky. That story ends today. You might wonder, can 7 days really make a difference? I will tell you this, 7 days of speaking truth to yourself can undo 7 years of silence. You do not need to fix your whole life only this morning, only this breath. The rest will follow naturally, because love does what struggle never could. It restores you from the inside out. Imagine waking up 7 days from now, the same home, the same world, but you different, softer where you were once tense, lighter where you were once heavy. A small smile returning to your reflection because you finally see it. The light has never left you. It was only waiting for your permission to shine. Life responds to your vibration. And when you start your morning with love, you send a signal to the entire universe. I am ready for peace. I am open to joy. You become magnetic to what you affirm. Opportunities appear. Relationships soften. Your health improves because your thoughts begin to align with the truth of who you are, a being of infinite worth. So as you listen, As you breathe, as you prepare to speak the words that begin your new life, remember this: you do not have to force healing. You only have to allow it. Life already knows how to love you back. Your only task is to stop arguing with that love. Yes, it will feel strange at first. You may feel resistance. That is only your old self dissolving. Keep going. Every morning you speak, you are teaching your subconscious a new language, the language of worthiness. Soon, it will become your native tongue. There is a world beyond self-criticism, beyond the tired story of not enough. It is the world of self-approval. And every soul that has entered that world began the same way, by daring to say a new thought and believe it might be true. Your new life does not begin in some distant future when you've healed enough. It begins the moment you wake and say, I am willing to change. That is the doorway, that is the miracle. So this is your invitation for the next 7 days. Rise with intention. Do not rush to your phone. Do not hurry into yesterday's thoughts. Begin with your hand on your heart, whispering, life loves me, I am safe. Say it like a promise, not a wish. Say it until the words feel like home. And by the 7th morning, when you look into your own eyes and see a spark of calm you have not felt in years, you will understand. Healing does not take forever. It takes willingness. Your new life begins now. Not tomorrow. Not when things are perfect. Now, in this breath, in this room, in this choice to love yourself as you are, there is a holiness in the first light of morning. Before the noise of the day enters, the mind is soft, open, and willing. It is in this stillness that new thoughts can take root. I have always believed that how we begin the day is how we live the day, and how we live the day is how we live our lives. Each morning is a fresh opportunity to plant seeds of peace. When I open my eyes, I remember that this is not the same day as yesterday. It may look the same sun, the same room, but the energy that flows through me is new. Every sunrise carries a quiet promise from life itself. Here, my dear, is another chance. The past does not need to be carried into this moment unless I choose to carry it. I am free to begin again, right here, right now. Many people awaken and rush immediately into worry. They repeat in thought all the troubles left unfinished from the day before. They speak words of tension before their feet even touch the floor. But the universe listens closely to our first thoughts each morning. These early whispers of belief form the pattern of what follows. That is why I invite you to begin each day with tenderness toward yourself. When I first began this practice, I did not know how powerful it was. I woke each morning filled with fear, wondering how I would face the world. The habit of self-criticism had carved deep grooves in my mind. One morning, through tears, I whispered a single new thought: I am willing to love myself. It was small, hesitant, but it was new, and that one gentle sentence became the foundation of my healing. It did not happen overnight. My old habits of thought returned often, reminding me of everything I was not, yet I persisted. Each morning I placed my hand over my heart and spoke to myself as I would to a frightened child. Life loves me. These words, repeated softly, began to dissolve the armor of fear I had built. The body listens to the voice of the mind, and when the mind speaks love, the body sighs with relief. Try it now. Before the day demands anything of you, rest one hand upon your heart. Feel its steady rhythm, your oldest companion, faithful and strong. Then say gently, life loves me. Pause after each word. Feel how the body responds, how the breath deepens, how warmth begins to move through you. The universe always answers in kind to the language of love. Our bodies believe every thought we think. If we tell ourselves that the day will be hard, our shoulders tense, our breath shortens. But if we tell ourselves that this day is blessed, the muscles relax, the face softens, and we open to grace. The difference lies not in circumstance, but in thought. Life mirrors our inner conversation perfectly, without judgment or delay. Treat these 7 mornings as sacred appointments with your soul. They are not mere routines, but ceremonies of renewal. You do not need candles or chants. You need only your own sincerity. As you wake, be still for a moment. Do not rush. Let the mind still tender from dreams hear a new truth, that you are safe, that you are loved, that today can unfold with ease. At first, the mind may resist. It will say, "This is foolish, nothing has changed." That voice is only the echo of yesterday. Smile at it, thank it for its caution, and continue anyway. Each time you choose a new thought, the old one loses its power. Gentleness is the key. You cannot scold yourself into healing, but you can love yourself into wholeness. Love is patient. It never demands perfection, only willingness. Willingness, this is the doorway. When I was learning to love myself, I discovered that I did not need to be ready. I only needed to be willing. Willing to try, willing to say the words, even when I did not yet believe them. The heart responds to willingness the way a seed responds to light. Once it senses warmth, it begins to grow. So even if you feel resistance, whisper quietly, "I am willing." Do not measure your progress by how quickly you feel different. The soil of the mind requires time to soften. Each repetition of loving thought is like water upon that soil. With every morning, you are teaching your subconscious that kindness is now your new language. Eventually, this language will become fluent within you. You will not have to try. Love will speak itself through you. Remember, the morning light is not outside of you, it is within you. The same radiance that paints the sky dwells in the depths of your being. Each sunrise is a mirror, reminding you of the brilliance that has never left you. When you open your curtains and see the day, whisper to the light, "We rise together." For indeed, you and the morning are made of the same divine substance. And as you move into your day, carry the simplicity of this practice with you. When you wash your face, feel gratitude for the water. When you dress, thank your body for being your faithful companion. When you step outside, greet the air as a friend. These small gestures train the mind toward appreciation. The world changes not because it must, but because you have chosen to see it anew. If doubt visits you, remember, change is not a single act, but a gentle turning. You are not forcing yourself into a new life. You are allowing yourself to remember the life that was always yours. Each morning, when you say, "Life loves me," you are not creating truth. You are aligning with it. Life has loved you from the beginning. Now you are learning to love it back. So as this first morning begins, breathe deeply. Let the quiet hold you. Speak softly to yourself as you would to someone you cherish. Tell yourself that it is safe to begin again, that it is safe to hope, that it is safe to love. Let the words be your morning sun rising within you. And know this, every new thought you choose at dawn has the power to shape the entire day in beauty. Because this is not just another morning. This is a sacred beginning. The body is a marvelous instrument. It listens to every word we speak, every thought we think, every emotion we entertain. Long before I understood this, I treated my body as if it were my enemy, something to be disciplined, judged, and corrected. But life taught me that the body is never our adversary. It is our most faithful messenger. It does not punish, it communicates. Each ache, each tension, each illness carries a story. It is the body's gentle way of asking for love. When we are willing to listen, healing begins. The body whispers first in sensations, a tightness in the chest, a heaviness in the stomach. When we ignore these soft signals, the body speaks louder. And when we finally stop and say, "What are you trying to tell me?" we find that it has only ever been asking to be heard. I once lived in fear of my body's messages. When I became ill, I thought I had been betrayed. But illness was not betrayal, it was an invitation. My body was showing me where I had held resentment, where old unforgiveness had hardened the flow of life. Through gentle thought and forgiveness, I learned to create harmony again. I did not fight disease. I created peace within, and my body responded with gratitude. Criticism hardens the body. Every time we scold ourselves, every time we say, "I hate this part of me," the muscles contract in defense. But love softens. When we say, "Thank you, body, for carrying me through this day," the cells respond like flowers turning toward the sun. It may sound simple, but simple truths are the foundation of transformation. This morning, speak to your body as you would to a beloved child. Tell it you appreciate its constant service, the beating heart, the breathing lungs, the strength in the legs that carry you, the hands that allow you to create. Your body is not a mistake to be corrected. It is a divine expression of life. When you treat it with tenderness, it reveals its natural intelligence and balance. Pain is not punishment. It is a request for gentler words, kinder attention. When we turn toward pain with compassion, it begins to loosen its grip. Instead of saying, "Why do you hurt me?" try saying, "Thank you for showing me where I have withheld love." The moment gratitude enters, healing begins to flow. You can begin this very moment. Place your hands over the area that feels tense or uncomfortable. Breathe into it. Whisper, "I am willing to release all fear. I am safe in my body." Repeat it slowly, letting the rhythm of the words match the rhythm of your breath. This affirmation tells the body that the struggle is over, that peace has returned. Safety is the soil in which healing grows. I have seen miracles happen when people stopped cursing their bodies and began blessing them. I watched the hard lines of pain on faces soften, watched shoulders straighten, watched the sparkle return to eyes that had long been dull. When resentment is released, the inner garden begins to bloom again. Resentment is poison. Forgiveness is nourishment. Imagine light filling you now. See it beginning at the top of your head, a warm golden glow that flows downward. It moves through your face, your neck, your shoulders. It spreads through the chest, down the arms, into the fingertips. It fills your lungs, your heart, your stomach, your hips, your legs, and finally your feet. Each cell awakens, saying, "Thank you for remembering me." I learned that when I spoke lovingly to my body, it responded immediately. My digestion improved, my energy returned. My skin glowed with new vitality. The body is loyal. It only ever mirrors the quality of our inner dialogue. If we speak love, it reflects health. If we speak fear, it reflects tension. The power of choice belongs to us in every moment. There were years when I looked at my reflection and saw only flaws. I would think if only I could change this, I would finally be happy. But the body does not bloom under rejection. It thrives in acceptance. The moment I said, "I love and appreciate my body," everything began to change. My body relaxed, as if it had been waiting all along for permission to rest. Your body remembers kindness. Speak to it as you dress, as you eat, as you walk. Say, "You are doing wonderfully. Thank you for moving me through this world." The more you bless your body, the stronger the connection between mind and heart becomes. You are building a friendship with yourself, one that will last your entire lifetime. Some people ask me, "Louise, what if I don't believe these words yet?" I tell them, begin anyway. Belief grows through repetition. The body does not need your perfect conviction. It needs your willingness. Every loving word you speak plants another seed of harmony. In time, those seeds grow into radiant health and calm confidence. Let your body become your teacher. It shows you instantly when you stray from love through tension, fatigue, or discomfort. These are not punishments, but guideposts. Each signal invites you to return to balance. When you learn to interpret them with curiosity instead of fear, your body becomes your wisest friend. If you have lived for years in conflict with your body, know this: reconciliation is always possible. Begin where you are. Even one word of appreciation sends ripples of healing through every cell. When you say, "I love you," the universe inside you listens. It always listens. So tomorrow morning, before the mirror, before the world claims your attention, stand still, breathe deeply. Place your hands gently upon your heart or wherever you feel guided. Speak these words softly. I am safe in my body. Life loves me and I am healing. Feel the truth of it growing with each repetition. Remember, love spoken aloud is not weakness, it is power. It is the most profound medicine known to humanity. No external cure can surpass the healing that begins when you change the way you speak to yourself. The body listens. It always listens. Speak to it with reverence, and it will carry you with grace through all the days of your new life. There was a time in my life when I believed I could not heal because of what had been done to me. So I held on tightly to old wounds, thinking that if I forgave, I would be saying that what happened was acceptable. But forgiveness is not agreement. It is release. It is the quiet decision to stop carrying a burden that was never meant to be carried for a lifetime. True healing began for me the day I understood this. I had spent years resenting my childhood, replaying the pain in my mind. Each time I revisited it, my body tensed, my heart closed, and I felt trapped in a loop of anger and sorrow. One evening, in utter exhaustion, I whispered, "I am willing to forgive." That was all. I did not know how. I only knew I could not continue holding that much pain. Forgiveness does not happen all at once. It unfolds like a dawn. At first, there is only the faintest glimmer of light. Then, slowly, the warmth returns and the darkness begins to fade. As I practiced forgiving, I realized that I was not setting anyone else free. I was setting myself free. My forgiveness was my medicine, my liberation, my return to peace. I invite you now to close your eyes and think of someone who has caused you pain. It may be another, or it may be yourself. Picture them gently. You do not need to relive the story. You need only to see the person. Imagine them surrounded by light, as though life itself were holding them in compassion. And now speak these words in your heart. I release you, I free you, and I free myself. You may feel resistance, you may feel anger rising. Let it come, let it speak, then breathe. Anger that is acknowledged begins to melt. When you pretend it isn't there, it grows sharp. When you face it with understanding, it softens. As your breath deepens, say quietly, I now choose to release and let go of all bitterness. I am free. The mind may not yet believe, but the soul always knows truth when it hears it. Forgiveness does not erase memory. It erases poison. When resentment dissolves, your body begins to rest. You may notice your shoulders loosen, your breath flowing easily again, your stomach unclenching. The energy that once fed anger now nourishes health. The heart, no longer guarded, begins to trust the goodness of life once more. We cannot heal through anger. Anger burns fiercely, and then it leaves ashes. Love rebuilds, love restores. Love mends the torn places in our being. When we cling to resentment, we bind ourselves to the very pain we wish to escape. But when we forgive, we untie the knots. We allow the river of life to flow freely again. Forgiveness is not a favor to another. It is an act of self-respect. If the idea of forgiving someone feels impossible, start with this thought: I am willing to be willing. Even the smallest spark of willingness opens the door. Life will meet you in that willingness. You will find books, words, moments, and people who help you release what once felt immovable. The universe rushes to support the heart that decides to be free. I often picture forgiveness as a river. Along its banks are the memories, the hurts, the misunderstandings. We carry them for years, heavy and unyielding. But when we finally place them into the water and watch them drift away, something miraculous happens. We realize that the river was waiting for us all along. And as the past floats away, we see the reflection of our own face, peaceful and untouched, shining on the surface. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We replay our mistakes, judging our younger selves with eyes that did not yet know compassion. But remember, you did the best you could with the understanding you had at the time. You were learning, growing, surviving. Speak kindly to your past self. Say, I forgive you. You were doing your best. You may rest now. Forgiveness transforms the forgiver. It opens the heart to joy again. It clears space for love to enter. The bitterness that once consumed, the mind dissolves, leaving behind stillness. In that stillness, life can finally speak. And what it whispers is always the same. You are loved. You have always been loved. Think of how the earth forgives the storm. After the thunder and the rain, the soil does not hold resentment. It opens to receive the nourishment. That is how we must be soft after the storm. When we forgive, we become fertile ground for new beginnings. Flowers cannot grow in frozen soil, but they flourish where warmth has returned. Let this forgiveness be your act of courage. It takes great strength to say, I release the past. But strength and softness are not enemies. True strength is found in gentleness. True courage is found in compassion. As you release, you will discover that nothing you let go of was ever truly yours, to keep only lessons and those you have already learned. So now, take a breath. Let it be deep and unhurried. Imagine the light of peace filling your heart. See it radiating outward, touching every person, every memory, every moment you have ever feared or hated. They all dissolve in this light. The burden lifts. You are free. Forgiveness is freedom. It is the quiet return to love after a long journey through fear. It is the moment you realize that life was never against you, that every experience, even the painful ones, brought you closer to this understanding. As you forgive, miracles enter. They come as calm mornings, kind encounters, sudden laughter, unexpected ease. These are the gifts of a free heart. Now, whisper softly, I release the past. I am free to live in peace. I open my heart to love. Let the words echo through every cell of your being. Feel how light you have become. You have emptied the room where pain once lived, and in its place, love has moved in. Forgiveness is not the end of the journey. It is the bridge that leads you to yourself. Walk it slowly. Walk it with grace. Each step you take across that bridge is a step toward freedom. And as you cross, you will notice that life, waiting patiently on the other side, is smiling. The mirror has always been my greatest teacher. It never lies, but it does not condemn. It simply reflects. For many years, I avoided looking too deeply into it. I could paint my face, arrange my hair, and still never truly meet my own eyes. There was fear there, fear of seeing the loneliness, the hurt, the self-rejection I carried. Yet when I finally learned to look with love, the mirror became my doorway to peace. To stand before your own reflection and say, I love you, may seem simple, but it is the most profound act of healing you can perform. The first time I tried, I could barely whisper the words. My throat tightened, my eyes filled with tears. I realized I had never spoken to myself with love. I had demanded perfection, scolded every flaw, and withheld kindness. The mirror showed me the truth. I had treated myself as an enemy instead of a friend. So I began again, very gently. Each morning I would look into my eyes and say, Louise, I love you. I really love you. Some days I believed it, some days I didn't, but I said it anyway. Because love, when practiced daily, becomes real. It moves from the surface of words into the depth of being. And slowly I began to see not a collection of mistakes, but a soul-worthy, whole radiant. When you look into your own eyes, you are looking into the eyes of the one who has walked every step of your life with you. The one who has endured every disappointment, every heartbreak, and yet has never left your side. That face in the mirror is not your critic, it is your lifelong companion. Speak to it with tenderness. Speak to it as you would to a beloved. At first the mind will resist. It will point out wrinkles, scars, or things you wish were different. Smile at those thoughts and answer gently, I approve of myself. Approval is not vanity. Approval is acceptance. When you approve of yourself, you create the inner safety in which change can occur naturally. Criticism locks the door to growth. Approval opens it wide. Let this be your morning ritual. Before you face the world, take a moment to face yourself. Breathe deeply. Relax your shoulders. Look into your eyes and smile. Even if it feels forced at first, your body understands the language of kindness. Then say softly, I love you, I approve of you, you are doing beautifully. These simple words send ripples of calm through your entire being. Self-approval builds self-trust. When you trust yourself, you no longer need to chase validation from others. You move through life with quiet confidence, knowing that your worth is not dependent on the opinions of the world. The approval you once begged for now flows naturally from within you. This is the foundation of lasting peace. I often remind people that the eyes are the windows of the soul. When you look into your own eyes with love, you awaken the light that has always lived there. The eyes grow softer, kinder, brighter. In time, the reflection that once felt foreign becomes familiar. You begin to see innocence where you once saw judgment. You realize that you were never unworthy, only unaware of your own goodness. Many fear that loving themselves will make them selfish. But true self-love is the opposite of selfishness. It is the well from which compassion flows. When your cup is full, you naturally pour love into the world. The person who approves of themselves does not compete or compare. They encourage and uplift. They know there is enough love for everyone. The outer world always reflects the inner. When I began to meet my reflection with affection, the people around me began to mirror that love back. Life responded to my new thoughts. Opportunities came more easily. Relationships became gentler. The change did not begin out there. It began in the quiet space between me and the mirror. Every morning as you practice this, notice how your inner voice shifts. The harsh critic becomes a kind guardian. The part of you that once demanded becomes the part that comforts. This is the miracle of self-love. It transforms the very voice that once wounded you into one that heals you. The mirror becomes a friend instead of a judge. There will be days when you forget, when the old voice returns and says, you are not enough. On those mornings, do not despair. Simply return to the mirror. Breathe. Smile again. Say, even now, I love you, because love is unconditional. If you only love yourself when you are perfect, you will never feel loved. Love yourself when you are uncertain, when you stumble, when you are learning. That is when you need it most. Self-love is the soil in which all other healing grows. Without it, forgiveness fades, gratitude withers, and harmony feels temporary. With it, everything flourishes. The body relaxes, the mind clears, and life begins to cooperate with ease. Self-love tells the universe, I am ready for joy. And the universe always answers, here it is. So each morning, stand before the mirror and make peace with the one who looks back. See her not as a collection of flaws, but as a soul who has come far and grown wiser. See the strength that has carried you here, the courage that still shines in your eyes. Say to her, you are doing wonderfully and I love you. Say it until you feel it. Say it until it becomes truth. And when you turn away from the mirror to begin your day, carry that love with you. Let it color your words, soften your judgments, and warm your interactions. The world will mirror it back, because the world is your mirror too. Let this practice be your sanctuary. Let it be where you return whenever you forget who you are. For every morning that you choose love, you dissolve another layer of fear. And one day, perhaps sooner than you think, you will look into your own eyes and see not just the reflection of a person, but the presence of love itself, calm, radiant, eternal. That is the power of the mirror. It reveals not what you appear to be, but what you truly are. For many years, I believed life was something I had to control, something I must push and force into place. I planned, worried, and tried to bend circumstances to my will, only to find that struggle created more struggle. Harmony arrived the moment I stopped fighting. Life was never against me. It was waiting for me to stop resisting and begin trusting. When we live in harmony with life, we move with the current instead of against it. Imagine a river flowing gently through a valley. You can stand in the middle and struggle against the water, or you can float, letting it carry you exactly where you are meant to go. The river does not need to be pushed. It knows its course. So does life. When we surrender fear, we discover that life's current is love. Each day offers countless chances to practice trust. The small frustrations, the changes we did not plan, the delays that force us to slow down, all of these are opportunities to remember that life is guiding us. When something doesn't unfold the way we expected, instead of saying, this is wrong, try saying, life must have something even better prepared. That single change in thought opens doors where walls once stood. I have learned that gratitude is the bridge between desire and manifestation. When we appreciate what we have, we signal to the universe that we are ready for more good. The energy of gratitude expands everything it touches. Begin each morning by thanking life for what already is the breath that sustains you, the body that carries you, the sunlight that warms your skin. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into miracles. If fear of the future troubles you, remember that fear is faith turned upside down. It is faith in what we do not want. To restore peace, gently turn your thoughts toward trust. Say, all is well in my own world. This is not denial, it is declaration. You are telling your mind which reality to feed. Life hears your faith and responds in kind. There is a divine intelligence that orchestrates everything from the beating of your heart to the blooming of a flower. It does not require your control, only your cooperation. When you release tension and affirm, I trust the process of life, you align with that intelligence. You step into the rhythm of the universe, and everything begins to unfold with greater ease. Even challenges come bearing gifts. Painful experiences are not punishments, they are teachers in disguise. Every obstacle invites you to deepen your love and expand your awareness. When something feels difficult, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this here to teach me?" The moment you look for the lesson, suffering transforms into wisdom. Harmony is not the absence of movement. It is movement guided by grace. When we are in harmony, life feels lighter, people seem kinder, time stretches. You begin to notice beauty in the smallest things, the sound of birds, the softness of morning light, the taste of water after a long walk. These are not trivial. They are reminders that the universe delights in your awareness. To live in harmony, we must make peace with the present. The mind loves to rush into the future or linger in the past, but the body lives only now. When you bring your attention fully into this moment, you enter the flow of life. Try it. Take a deep breath and notice something simple. The feeling of air entering your lungs, the hum of quiet around you. That is life, loving you in real time. I remember once feeling anxious because my plans were delayed. I wanted things to happen on my timetable, but life had its own design. When I stopped insisting and simply said, "All unfolds in perfect timing," the delay led to something far greater than I could have imagined. That is how life works. It rearranges circumstances for our highest good the moment we trust it to. Harmony with life also means harmony with others. When you meet people who seem difficult, understand that they too are learning. Just as your body mirrors your thoughts, others mirror your energy. Send them silent blessings. Say inwardly, "I see the light in you." Often that single inner gesture transforms an entire relationship. The love you extend always returns multiplied. The practice of gratitude anchors harmony. Before you sleep, think of 3 things that went well. They may be small, a smile from a stranger, a good meal, a moment of quiet. Let your last thought of the day be appreciation. You will find that as you rest in gratitude, your dreams grow sweeter and you awaken with new energy for living. To live in harmony is to live without resistance, not because everything is perfect, but because you trust that perfection is unfolding even when you cannot see it. The seed in the soil cannot see the sun, yet it pushes upward in faith. So must we. Faith is the light we feel before it shines. If you ever feel lost, return to this truth. Life loves you. It has loved you through every mistake, every detour, every doubt. You cannot fall out of its care. You can only close your eyes to it. The moment you open them again, you will find life's arms waiting, patient as ever. So as you move through this day, walk gently. Allow things to unfold without haste. Speak kindly, breathe deeply, and notice how everything begins to cooperate with your peace. When you live in harmony with life, life becomes harmonious with you. The world rearranges itself to match your calm heart. Say it softly, "I am in harmony with all of life. I trust the process of life to bring me my highest good." Feel how these words settle into your body like a lullaby. The universe listens. It always listens. And now, because you are no longer fighting it, you can finally hear it whisper back, "All is well, my beloved. All is well." The next 7 mornings are not merely days on a calendar, they are thresholds. Each one invites you to meet yourself anew, to speak words that have the power to reshape the foundation of your life. Repetition is not drudgery, it is devotion. When you say loving words again and again, you are engraving them upon your consciousness until they become your natural way of thinking. 7 mornings may seem short, but in spiritual time, they are eternal. Each morning carries its own lesson. It is a conversation between you and life. You will not need to force anything, only to show up with sincerity. The rhythm is gentle. Awaken, breathe, speak, and listen. You are not commanding the universe. You are aligning with it. When you speak words of love, The whole of creation bends closer to hear you. On the first morning, you practice willingness. Willingness is the crack in the wall where light first enters. You may not yet feel healed, joyful, or ready, but you can be willing. When I first began this work, I said, I am willing to change. That simple phrase softened years of resistance. When you wake, place your hand upon your heart and whisper, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to love myself. I am willing to begin. Let the words be a doorway, not a demand. On the second morning, you call upon safety. The body cannot heal where it feels attacked. Affirm softly, I am safe in my body. I am safe in the world, life loves me, and I am protected by that love. Feel how your breath deepens when you say these words. Imagine a soft golden light surrounding you, like morning sunlight filtering through leaves. You are secure within the heart of life, always. The third morning is for forgiveness. You have already begun this in thought, but now you affirm it in voice. Look into the mirror and say, I release the past. I set myself free. I bless those who have taught me through pain, and I choose peace. Instead, you need not remember every detail. You need only intend release. Forgiveness does not change the past, it changes your relationship to it. On the fourth morning, you awaken self-approval. Stand before your reflection, breathe and smile. The eyes that look back are longing for your kindness. Say, I approve of myself. I love who I am becoming. I am worthy of my own affection. Do not rush. Let your gaze be soft. Approval is nourishment. With each repetition, the roots of self-rejection loosen, and in their place, love begins to grow. The fifth morning is the morning of gratitude. Gratitude turns the simplest moment into a miracle. Before your feet touch the floor, thank your body for resting. Thank your breath for returning. Thank the day for arriving. Then say aloud, I am grateful for this new opportunity to love and be loved. Gratitude prepares you for abundance. When you bless what is, you attract what can be. On the sixth morning, you practice harmony. This is where you align your thoughts with the rhythm of life. Declare gently, I am in harmony with all that I see. I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. Feel how peace begins to hum quietly beneath your ribs. Even if circumstances have not changed, your perception has, and that is the beginning of miracles. The seventh morning belongs to joy. Joy is not something to chase, it is something to allow. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and say, I welcome joy into my heart. I allow laughter, ease, and lightness to guide my steps today. Picture yourself as a child again, unguarded, curious, trusting. That child has never left you. Joy is its native language. As you move through these 7 mornings, notice the small shifts. Perhaps your shoulders rest lower, your breath flows more freely, your eyes look gentler in the mirror. These are signs of healing. Do not measure by how loud the transformation appears. Love works in whispers. A thought repeated in tenderness grows roots in the subconscious, and soon you will find that the new thoughts begin to speak themselves without your effort. There may be mornings when you forget or feel resistant. That is part of the process. Old patterns often tremble before they dissolve. If you skip a day, simply begin again. The universe is patient. It never closes its door. Each return strengthens your commitment to yourself. Remember, love does not scold. It waits with open arms. As the days pass, you will begin to feel a quiet companionship with life. It will no longer feel like something outside you, but something breathing with you, through you. You may find synchronicities, a kind word from a stranger, a sudden solution to an old problem, a calmness in situations that once agitated you. These are signs that your new thoughts are taking form. Do not rush to the end. Healing is not a race, it is a remembering. Each morning is both an ending and a beginning, the ending of an old way of seeing and the beginning of a new vision rooted in love. The purpose of these 7 mornings is not to make you perfect, but to make you present. When you are present, peace arises naturally. On the 7th morning, after you speak your words of joy, take a long look into your own eyes. You may notice something radiant, something gentle that was not there before. That is not something new, it is something revealed. It is the light that has always lived within you, now unhidden by fear. Smile at yourself, for you have remembered who you are. And as you step into that day, know that you are not finishing a practice, you are continuing a life. These 7 mornings are a beginning, but they are also a pattern to be repeated whenever you wish. Whenever the old story whispers, return to the first morning. Say again, I am willing. For every ending in life is only another invitation to begin anew. So here, in this moment, let us seal these 7 mornings with a blessing. Life loves me. I am safe. I forgive. I approve of myself. I am grateful. I am in harmony. I am joyful. Speak it slowly. Let it echo in your mind like a bell. You have not merely spoken words. You have changed your vibration. You have entered the language of love. And now, beloved, know this truth that will carry you beyond these 7 days. Life has always loved you. It was only waiting for your consent to love yourself. Your new life has already begun, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect, but now, in this breath, in this awareness, in this quiet and wondrous choice to say yes to love.